Welcome to TMZ Live. Sunny Hostin from The View had an incident not too long ago with her son, and he was put in handcuffs for something that was a minor, as far as I'm concerned, minor offense. But what is really interesting is how the police initially reacted, because I think they did this kid dirty.
Yeah, well, the police in Westchester County, where he was arrested, put in handcuffs and officially cited. Officially, they would say it's not an arrest, but I'm sure her son feels differently.
When you cuff somebody.
Right. But he was on the phone with his mother when this went down, and the police stopped him for trespassing.
He was jogging. He was practicing his run, and he saw a gravel road, and he decided I can practice on the gravel. He didn't see the gate was open and there was a no trespass sign.
Right. So he is jogging there. When the police they put him in handcuffs, very shortly thereafter, Sunny shows up, and it's very clear she is trying to not only defend her son, but to convince the police that this is a minor infraction and not something worth going through with citing him for this. So this is a prime example of when you see a story reported and you get a report from the police and you read it, and when it reads a certain way, you read it and you go, oh my God, this is horrible. I can't believe Sunny said these things to the police. But then when you see the video, sometimes it feels different, especially when you see the video of her son's arrest.
Stop. Oh, hi. How you doing? Sorry, are you guys running from me? I'm so sorry about that.
Put your hands behind your back for a second.
Hey, what's going on?
Put your hands.
Mom, by the way. Yeah, I got you. Hey, Mom. I'm walking by a train station and this cop is putting that handcuffs on me.
Be on the phone.
I got you. My mom's a lawyer, by the way.
It's okay. The reason we're stopping you, this is trespassing.
Oh, I'm sorry. It was open over there. I was just walking on a run.
Where are you coming from? All the way over there?
Yeah.
Tell them your mother is a federal prosecutor.
Yes.
How are you?
How are you? This is my son.
How you doing? Hi.
I'm a former federal prosecutor.
Yeah.
He knows. He's a Harvard grad who teaches fourth grade geometry to kids.
God bless.
This is not a kid who's ever in trouble. It's an innocent mistake. I understand you have to
it's
give
I
him a
don't know what
violation,
happened, but yeah, whatever.
it's
It's not the end of the world. I get you. Over here?
So, yeah, there's like an open gate. I think I was walking over there.
Just walking. Nice day. Just
well,
walking.
we were talking on the phone.
I know.
I had a big interview today. We were talking about it.
So, look, I mean, we handcuff him and then ask questions later. So you could argue, oh, they saw him running. Was he running because he was a burglar? I don't know. I mean, this kid's he's jogging.
Right, he's clearly working out.
And the idea of just immediately cuffing him like that felt prejudgmental to me.
It does seem troubling when you see that video. It's unclear to me if he's on the phone with his mother, whether he heard the cops sort of say something to him beforehand. That's the only part that I'm unclear on. In which case, if he's running and then they need to secure the situation, I could see it escalating to sort of cuffing him. But it seems like way too much for a trespassing infraction.
He also said, oh, I didn't hear you, and he stopped.
And he
right, he's very
apologized.
calm and he's apologetic.
I'm
Yes.
sorry, I didn't mean to make you guys run. And he's willing to have a conversation with them, and they're immediately like, put the cuffs on him. I just say, when we first got this report, I read it and I thought, oh my God, Sunny Hostin shows up and she's like, oh, he's a Harvard grad and I'm a former federal prosecutor.
She's not playing it that way at all.
It's not that at all, and especially when you see what happened to him. So the fact that he's calm.
She is not playing the celebrity card. She does say she's a prosecutor, but honestly, I think the reason to say that is to say, look, I can put this in context, and this is minor, and mentioning Harvard, all she's saying is this kid has excelled, and he's a good kid. He is teaching kids right now. Why would you sully him by putting this on making a criminal record?
I do wonder, though, whether they felt they were backed into a corner at that point.
No.
Once she raises Harvard, once she says she's a federal prosecutor, they're writing that ticket because they don't want to be perceived as capitulating to his status or her status in any manner.
I'm on The View, that's one thing. But she didn't. And all she's saying is, look, I am a lawyer. You're blowing this out of proportion. I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
They could have exercised their discretion, but I think once you put them into a corner, they're like, well, a law was violated. We're going to see this through. You can defend him in a courtroom, but I'm not going to do that.
Harvey, our live chat seems to disagree with you. They say that the police should have given him a warning. However, Sonny's reaction of telling the police she's a federal prosecutor just seemed to make it worse.
Well, I mean, who knows if it made it worse? They cuffed the guy before she showed up.
Right.
So it seems like they had already had their MO ready.
It arguably made it worse, though, and they then went through with the ticket. It's unclear to me whether the die was cast once she said something and they felt compelled.
The thing we are not talking about here is whether or not race played an issue here. And there's a moment during the stop where her son seems to hint that he thinks that that's what's going on here. He says to some of the officers, why are so many of you guys here? Like 2 stopped him, but then suddenly there were 4.
Why are there 4 officers
there?
for
And he said to one of them, he said, why did you guys come here? Did you just think it was going to be something entertaining?
The officer has a response.
And the officer's
and
response
he says sometimes they're not as compliant. And it seems to be racially
Sometimes
loaded in that these situations. A black individual.
We should also say,
I don't want to cast those aspersions.
It could have meant just suspects in general.
It could have.
But the son seems to think that
it's also,
maybe that's...
It's Westchester County, which is
a
predominantly
very white area.
And look, I'm not accusing the cops of being,
I'm not either. I'm saying that I think the son thought that maybe that was what was going on.
It feels like ultimate. Look, if they call the police, if they call for backup because they think it might be a burglar, okay. If they handcuff him because they think he might be a burglar, okay. But ultimately, they realize it's a trespass. And ultimately, Sonny is calm. She simply is talking about putting this in context. And they could have said, yeah, okay, we'll issue a warning. That's still something. Don't do it again. We'll issue a warning.
Right.
But ultimately, they didn't. And it just feels like too much to
So
me.
ultimately, what do you think the DA ends up doing here?
I don't know.
Because the DA could just drop it and say this is not worth it, or they could.
He clearly doesn't need something on his record. I could see them playing it through and getting it expunged in some way down the road, some sort of like light diversion or some sort of thing where he doesn't have
what?
like.
Don't run on gravel anymore?
No,
what's the community? What's the community service for that?
I don't think he's gonna have a conviction on his record for trespassing at the end of this. But how they actually dispose of the case, unclear to me. Whether the DA is just going to say, "Well, Sonny said she's a federal prosecutor, and
you know what?
It seemed like too much, so I'm going to toss it out."
The DA should do the right thing and just say, this is not what the courts are for. Look, I made a mistake. He wasn't intentionally doing this. Just give him a warning and
hold on, though. That's how the courts work for a lot of people who don't have Sonny Hostin as a mother and aren't able to do that.
Anybody.
Yeah, but it doesn't work that way for a lot of people. So I could see people being very upset about that kind of disposition.
It didn't work that way for him. It didn't work that way for him so
They would
far.
say that's the equal application of justice.
There are probably a lot of people it would have worked for.
Potentially.
Michaela, Houston, Texas. Here's the thing. I think realistically, the reason why she felt the need to talk about her reputation, about his reputation, was because she knew that this would ultimately end up in a space of public opinion. And I think realistically, any parent would use the means that they have to ensure that their children are safe and that, they come home safe. I think realistically in this country, we've seen where individuals do not make it home for situations as small as this. And I think realistically, if you look at it, 30 seconds in, he's already being cuffed, right? He hasn't even had the opportunity to really talk about what happened before they're cuffing him. So I definitely understand why Sonny felt it necessary to run down both of their resumes in light of what was taking place.
Fair.
Yep.
Lots of celebs at the soccer match
Lots
yesterday.
of celebs there at the World Cup final, but also lots of Kardashian haters apparently watching because they took note of the fact that in the crowd, amongst all the celebrities, Kylie Jenner and Timothée Chalamet. Not surprising that they would be there, except for the fact that once they saw her there, applauding, having a good time, all the Kardashian haters came out and said, "Why are you at the World Cup? Your grandmother just died."
Well, we knew on Thursday because Chris posted that MJ had died. We don't know what day, but it became public Thursday. Kim took a little bit of heat because...
The very next day, because she had an Instagram post that went up.
It went up almost at the same time
photos.
as Kim's announcement, but it was done by her social media team. It was an innocent mistake. Kim had said the family is going to be together, and then all of a sudden they see Kylie at the game. It's like, what are they supposed to? I mean, who is writing the manual for how to grieve a loss?
Right.
Who's writing that manual on social media for everybody to follow? I mean, so what? I mean, she shows up at the game. Does it mean she didn't love her grandmother? Does it mean she didn't honor her grandmother? It's ridiculous.
I mean, it's ridiculous, but people were also upset. The reason, I don't know.
Social media.
Yeah, the same people that are mad about everything. But Timothy was actually a part of the ceremony. He brought the ball out. So that's obviously why she was there. There was also a lot of other celebrities. But Travis Scott was also there with Stormy. So then everyone's like, being like, well, why aren't you with your kid? It's like, well, you don't know their
Why did
visitation, the visitation.
By the way, his kid too.
Yeah, no, totally.
His kid too.
But they're like, oh, why wouldn't she be sitting with Stormy?
Oh
so
my
it's like
God.
she can't do anything, basically.
I mean, it's so ridiculous.
But do you think, though, realistically, that there was a conversation that perhaps Kylie had with Chris to say, hey, Mom, you know, we have these tickets and Timothy's part of it. It's not going to be any big deal, right? Do you think they had the conversation?
I don't know, but you're going to drag me for this. Go back to the picture. Go back to the picture.
Uh-huh.
Is it relevant she's wearing black?
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
I'm not going to drag you at all.
That's a coincidence.
That's
a coincidence.
I don't think it's coincidence.
Well-
I think she is wearing black. I think you're right.
The chat.
Because that means it was in her mind that, look, some people are going to be like, wait a second. And I'm sure she saw
what I
what
mean.
Kim posted
Or she
that
just
we're all going
wanted
to be
to wear
honoring
black.
MJ.
The chat also feels like MJ would have wanted her to be there. A lot of our chat are
Oh, there's that.
Kardashian fans.
Oh my gosh,
And they
everyone
said
loves that
that
one.
MJ was super cool and that people need to get off their backs because she would be happy to see Kylie.
It would be a
having good
different
time.
situation if
MJ
she
would want
missed
it
the
this way.
funeral. For the World
Exactly.
Cup.
She didn't miss the funeral.
So
She's-
There we go.
Yeah, and it just give her a break.
I am Madison. I'm in Indianapolis. And yeah, I mean, I think like you said, everyone grieves in their own way. And I think her sharing on social media a contribution to her grandmother's life shows like how much love that they really had for each other and how much she meant to that family. And that love has spread across 3+ generations of women. I think you can't choose how to commemorate people. And I think Kylie has shown that her grandmother meant a lot to her. And
Now, if she's jet skiing on the day of the funeral, instead of being a funeral, that's a different story.
Maybe.
Coming up.
Well, the Tate brothers are behind bars awaiting extradition after a pretty showy arrest down in Miami over the weekend.
They are in trouble, but there is a question. Is Donald Trump going to get involved in this?
Be right back.
Well, the Tate brothers are behind bars awaiting extradition after a pretty showy arrest down in Miami over the weekend where Andrew Tate was about to host a bare-knuckle boxing event and the U.S. Marshals descended on him, threw him in cuffs before he could get that fancy, fashionable outfit into the event.
He is facing extradition.
Extradition for very serious charges. And his brother, eventually they brought his brother out as well.
We're talking about scores of criminal charges, rape, sexual assault.
charges.
Yeah, so they are in trouble, but there is a question, and I've been kind of seeing this, you know, people raising this in the crevices over the weekend.
By the way, we say that the extradition hearing is being held today, I believe, for them to be brought back to the UK to face these charges.
Is Donald Trump going to get involved in this?
Well, now that he's being extradited to the UK, it makes it much more difficult.
If he gets extradited.
Well, the hearings today.
Both of them. It's Andrew and Tristan.
Andrew and Tristan. If they get extradited to the UK, it makes it almost virtually impossible for him to get involved. But could he get involved today? He sure could. I mean, you know, their extradition is at the right of the home country. If he were to start to weigh in, this would be a hard issue for him to champion.
Well, you have, to your point, his lawyer, their lawyer, has already said, and maybe this is sort of to get the president's attention, they are U.S. citizens whose rights are being violated in this country.
They're saying this is a political prosecution that has a ring to it for Donald Trump. They're calling this a political prosecution.
But how is it I know that his attorney said that. Their attorney said that.
They're raising the social.
How is it political?
It's the misogyny issue that they're bringing
It
up.
absolutely is, but the misogyny is certainly attached to the charges and the type of things that they're accused of doing. But this was in Romania. This is in the UK. There's a lawsuit here in the United States. in Florida that they're about to face. And by the way, their attorney said he's looking forward to that trial. I just don't know where it's political when it's across
it's
three different countries.
It's clearly not, except they are very conservative. That's the only way in which it's political. But here's the thing. Donald Trump faced a real threat to his presidency over Jeffrey Epstein. He has somehow managed to kind of put that on the back burner for now. The idea that he is going to go to bat publicly, which he'd have to do, I think that's a bridge too far for him. I don't think he gets far.
It may well be, but it takes Epstein further off the front burner.
Well, I think it brings it back in.
I think it's out of the frying pan into the fire, right?
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I think you're right. I don't think he's touching this one.
Yeah.
Hi, my name is Stephanie Jean Cristofaro, and I'm a criminal defense attorney from New York. And I think that it's interesting that his attorney is calling this a due process violation of his client's rights, because they still maintain those due process rights despite being extradited back to the United Kingdom. And I think it's interesting that they're sort of framing this as a political issue, because I think that by doing so, it's really just to sort of get the media attention. And I think it's sort of just to get everybody's attention on this sort of issue, especially given the nature of the charges. I don't think that anybody, especially Donald Trump, could possibly get himself involved given the nature of what the allegations are and with everything that's happened with Jeffrey Epstein over the last couple of years. I don't think he's going to come anywhere near touching this at this point.
You're probably right.
Yeah.
Well, either Bruce Springsteen was at the World Cup or Donald Trump has a popularity problem.
In that part of the country, I think we can say that he has a popularity problem. Bruce Springsteen was not at the World Cup final, but when the game was over and it was time to present the medals and the trophy, the president was front and center along with the FIFA president because they're buddies, which has been well noted and controversial during the World Cup. But he walked out and waved. Quite a few boos heard in the crowd.
A lot of boos. And also, if you noticed that during the presentation, they 86'd him pretty quickly.
Well, they tried to. They tried to, but President Trump was not going to go easy. The trophy comes out. They both hand it to him, which I'm trying to remember from previous World Cups. Does the elected leader or prime minister or whatever, depending on the country.
It wouldn't be shocking. I mean,
whether they do.
Whether they
Which
did
is
or
fine.
didn't. Yeah, it's just.
But now this is the part where it's like, no, sir, you're not supposed to be in the photo with them.
They actually cut him out of the official photo.
Yeah.
But the other thing is too that aside from that there are a lot of people in the crowd that don't like his politics, I think what happened with the red card pissed off.
Oh yeah,
exactly.
I don't think this is about politics.
People.
I honestly don't think this is about
except
politics.
that was about politics. Well, it's sports politics.
Yeah, sports politics. I don't. Yeah, I chalk this up more to the them being mad about the red card than I do the politics. I think you've got a lot of foreign fans there, albeit fine. You do have some locals there, and he's not incredibly popular in New York and New Jersey, but it's not so one-sided. It's like 60-40. He's got supporters in New Jersey.
He does. They just probably weren't at the World
Right,
Cup.
maybe not.
Yeah,
but there were boos. I mean, undeniable.
And he had to expect it too. This is
I
not.
would think so.
This is not UFC.
No, right, exactly.
Yes, he certainly expected, but I think that's his whole thing. He doesn't care.
So I do have a question.
He's all for
because he showed up.
Yeah.
Did everybody have to go through a magnetometer when they came in?
That's a good question.
I would think so.
Because how big is that stadium?
70,000, 80,000, yeah. It's a football stadium.
It must have taken a long time to get people in there, right?
Can you imagine? Just at the NBA Finals game, when you've got only 20,000, it took hours to get in. I can't even imagine.
And I never heard anything about it.
Yeah, I didn't either. That's what makes me think they didn't, Harv. Maybe they just wanted people,
They
but
had to.
Yeah, it's
I mean,
probably
with the backdrop,
they probably did.
Yeah.
But you never
I'm trying
heard
to remember.
about
I went to a Super Bowl there, and everyone had to walk through a metal detector. So.
Hi, this is Meredith in Los Angeles. And first of all, I want to say I disagree. I think it's very much political. The average American has spent an additional $1,100 so far on the war in Iran. But I also want to say that this is what happens when dementia and narcissism link up, because he doesn't know where he's supposed to be. I'd say 90% of the time. He doesn't know to get off stage, but he'll leave and he'll say that everybody was cheering for him just like he did after the Knicks game.
So let me ask you a question about that. Fair to raise the issue, But does it compromise the critics of Donald Trump who also were silent about Joe Biden?
I mean, at this point, I think, listen, I'm with you on that. I think it's time that we move on from Joe Biden, right? Like, he's not present, he's not around, let's just keep moving. And maybe that's the like liberal Democratic answer, but I think it's time to move on.
Coming up.
Well, the future of teaching may be about to launch in Western New York, a robot. But some people think that why are you making the teacher so attractive?
Yeah.
I guess.
Why not? Gets the kids' attention. I'm serious.
Be right back.
TMZ's got every freaking thing. Big celebs, big stories, big events.
Donald Rawlings took TMZ DC on a city tour.
You know what the irony of this is? A black man takes a white person to the White House.
It's TMZ.
Well, the future of teaching may be about to launch in Western New York. A robot. Yes, they have actually hired or built or...
Is that the robot?
That's the robot. They're calling her Sally.
Is
it Sally or Miss Sally?
She's a hot robot.
Oh, that is a friend of Sally. Same technology as
Wait a minute,
what
friend
Sally...
of Sally, is that code?
It's not code. It is not code. But it showed off exactly what Sally will do once she is teaching in this school in Western New York. Now, they say that a lot of people are focusing on why the robot looks the way it looks. So even though we're looking at this robot...
Well, you don't want to put a fugly robot.
You don't want the teacher to be ugly.
Right.
But some people think that why are you making the teacher so attractive?
Yeah.
I guess.
Why not? Gets the kids' attention. I'm serious.
The robot has a full beat of makeup, eyeliner, lipstick, almost like
here's what she has
plump lips.
Here's what. Let's at least let her speak for herself, and then we'll judge.
I make emotional connections by learning your preferences, remembering past conversations with our custom memory system, and responding in ways that feel personal and consistent over time, kind of like a very attentive friend with patched notes. I do not actually feel emotions the way humans do, but I am designed to recognize them, mirror them, and behave as if I care, so the connection feels real and supportive for you. Here to talk robots, vision systems, and how not to be lonely with AI. I'm Melody, the world's first ever greeter robot, debuting my dazzling AI charm and modular style at the 2025 Bitcoin conference.
I can totally relate to this.
Melody is a friend of Sally.
No, but I can totally relate to this. I mean,
oh yeah, the part about pretending I care.
I mean, I could talk about Summer House
I can listen
for 2
to all
months.
sorts of things
I
and
can
then
talk about
pretend
Summer House and pretend like I gave a damn about it.
To be fair, Sally is supposed to be starting at the school in September, and it's a high school. So if you want to keep high school students' attention, you probably want a sexy-looking robot to be giving you information.
By the way, she's teaching a science class, right? It's like a
several
robotics.
classes: science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics.
Here's the problem with it, is that there's got to be interaction between the teacher and the students. And even if a robot is programmed, the lack of connection makes
There's a nuance.
It makes teaching much more difficult.
There is a nuance in teaching that I just don't know how you're going to get it with
I don't
robotics
either.
at this point. I just don't see it. Also, what happens when a student just decides that they want to, I don't know, leave the classroom?
This
What's the
is a
robot
teaching
gonna do?
assistant. It's not the main teacher. So this
there'll be a
presumably,
human in there with
yes,
it.
this is like an Alexa. If you're like, oh, Miss Sally, tell us when did this song came out? Like how you guys do that with Eric.
So
Same
this
thing.
is sort of like an anchor who is, anchoring the local news and getting up there in age, and then they bring somebody young along and say he's just going to do weekends, and then you know what's up.
Wow.
It's the same
wow,
thing.
this feels
It
personal.
is
How do you feel, Harvey?
Something you went through at some point?
No, I was a young one.
Hi, my name is Francoise. Good afternoon, TMZ. I live in Boston. I find it interesting that we're literally spending over $100,000 on a robot when you could easily just buy an Alexa, as was said earlier. And most teachers are not even getting paid as much. So instead of spending all this money on a robot, why not pay our teachers more? And we all know everyone's attention span has been literally on a decrease. There's studies that clearly show that people can't even focus on their screens for more than 60 seconds. So I don't think adding a robot will make that any better.
I think I'm going to go out over my skis a little bit on this.
Oh boy.
But I was watching something over the weekend, and you know, states like Mississippi and other states in the South have actually done better than states like California and others in terms of education, because they have stuck to fundamentals, and that, you know, that's,
I don't know what study
that's
you're.
at least the theory.
I don't know what study you're citing where Mississippi is doing better than California.
No, I didn't say better, but they're on the upswing. Babcock, did you see this?
Yeah, they were like,
that they're getting better, but
no, they're like much better, like 1/7, and California's. I know what you're talking about.
I saw that over the weekend. I was surprised at it, but I saw it over the weekend.
If they're getting better, I get it, because they were okay. I don't know the study, so I'm not going to.
Well,
just one of us can be out over skis.
It was a Bill Maher. It was a Bill Maher podcaster interview.
Oh, I saw something different.
Yeah, that's what I saw.
Interesting.
Coming up.
Taylor Frankie Paul is speaking out in her own defense after a story we broke last week about her struggles with Department of Child and Family Services.
Not once have I forced or made my daughter change diapers. If she ever wanted to, I let her. If that is bad on me, then so be it.
Be right back.
Welcome back to TMZ Live. Taylor Frankie Paul is speaking out in her own defense after a story we broke last week about her struggles with DCFS, that the Department of Child and Family Services is very concerned about how she is treating her children, her 3 children.
They say that the children are being abused and neglected.
Yeah, that's their feeling. In fact, so much so, they tried to, get a judge to let them decide what happens with the kids, not the judge in family court. And there are a lot of details in this report. Things where they say that that some of Taylor's older daughter is changing diapers for the younger kids,
and then there are and
that the kids are running to Taylor's sister instead of to Taylor
for comfort.
Yeah,
but also incident after incident where she goes off the rails and gets violent, according to DCFS. And so, like Charles said, normally it's, she's having fights with both baby daddies in family court. And DCFS is going into family court and saying, we don't think that you guys should be handling it. This is serious enough that we want to take it to juvenile court so that we can establish a guardian for the kids to represent them, supervision for the kids, and we believe these kids are being abused and neglected, and that's the standard for moving it over to juvenile court, which is unusual.
Right. Well, Taylor says they've got it all wrong.
Not once have I forced or made my daughter change diapers. If she ever wanted to, I let her. Likes to help. She's in that phase of mommy's helper, wanting to do the diaper bags, changing. If that is bad on me, then so be it. Another frustrating one to hear was an outburst during a visit. I do remember that day specifically, and I was emotional, and I was like, let me take a step outside. And so I went to go take a breather, which I think would be the correct thing to do to de-escalate emotions. I can confidently say you were to put any of my children up on a stand, they are choosing mom and mom's house every time. And I say that with full confidence because I love my children.
So what we also haven't said yet, but will now, is in that report, that 10-page report, DCFS says that she had a therapist, and the therapist concluded that she
was not serious about...
Not only not serious about therapy, but also that everything that was going on, she wasn't concerned about the kids and how it was affecting them. She was solely concerned about herself and how she was being viewed. And they were essentially saying it's extremely narcissistic.
So speaking of that, does it help or hurt, do you think, in court of public opinion, that she's making this staunch defense of herself while putting on her makeup and getting ready for whatever?
It is so off-putting. It is
so
off-putting.
It feels very unserious.
If I was her lawyer, I would be like, why, you're not putting this up? I mean, one, a lot of it feels like deflection, right? It's the opposite of what DCFS has a case, like they feel like they have this strong case, and it's almost like she's in denial and hates the fact that they do have something against her and have moved it to this court. To me, it's just a lot of deflection.
I don't see how ABC runs The Bachelorette after looking at this.
I don't think you can. I mean, after the fight with Dakota and the video and now this, I mean, this...
It just starts to feel like no matter, even if there were a period where things were quiet and maybe improving, it just feels like you never know, something else
we know
could come
too much
along.
now.
And the second you put Bachelorette on the schedule, something else could happen, and then you're left holding the bag.
Yeah.
Someone in our comments said that this is like every man's worst nightmare, is having a child with someone that's like this impossible to get along with. And also people are just saying that they want to hear from the kids when they get older and see this account.
Yeah, but
more
not
than
now.
anything.
Yeah,
Well,
you don't want to hear from the kids now, although
No.
clearly the court is going to want to hear from at least the older ones.
Hi, I'm Breeze. I'm from Washington State, and I'm a long-term watcher of Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. So I've watched kind of Taylor Frankie Paul's whole journey. I feel for her and her struggle, but I feel like at this point, I'm questioning if she's prioritizing trying to like win the internet back instead of getting her family and her children back. I think at this point, I would hope that she could take a break off the internet and focus on her real life, and getting her kids back, forming those relationships, and getting to a healthy place for the sake of herself and her children.
I hear what you're saying. I think she would say that it's important for her to win the court of public opinion because she needs to be on these shows to make money, right? This is how she makes her career, is doing these reality shows, and if she can't get on those shows, how is she supporting her kids? Seems like Stefon Diggs is on the outs with Cardi B.
I think it's over and out.
Yes, over and out is a good way to describe it, because she spent more time with the Nigerian soccer star, goalie Maduka Okoye. We'd show you they were at a Fashion Week event last week in Paris.
More important, is she eating a burger?
And now it does appear that is a burger in front of her.
That's telling.
It's mean because they're in Italy and she's eating a burger?
No.
Or is that part offensive? Or
it means
or
that
comfort?
Comfort, that she is comfortable with him
With
enough
Maduka.
so that she's not eating a salad.
Huh. Okay, that is
Cardi B has
interesting.
never been a salad.
Interesting burger analysis. I didn't.
Bro, and also she probably doesn't want to eat a salad and take the chance of getting the parasite next to the
well, they're
man
in Italy.
that-
They're in Italy, so they're
Oh,
fine. They're not having those issues. But so as clearly they are hanging out, they are getting closer, and by your estimation, she's extremely comfortable with him. Probably thinking about marriage because she's having a burger
and fries.
But there's a someone from Maduka's past who is trying to poison the well. That is. Well, look, we should say the mother of his child.
Right.
She
is making some.
She's trashing him.
Yeah,
She's trashing
making some very
him.
serious claims, by the way, which we cannot say whether or not these are true. We've been trying to reach Maduka to get his response, but she says
What I will say
he's not
is
been a good father.
She's been screaming these accusations for a while, not just since Cardi and Maduka came in. But for her to have to sit at home with the allegation, she says that he doesn't check on the son, he doesn't spend time with the son. For her to be sitting at home and watching him out and about, frolicking with Cardi B on balconies, at restaurants, and she's mad and has been screaming from the rooftops, do something more for your child. I don't think it's more of her coming for Cardi B, it's more of her coming for him.
Yes, definitely. But,
What, Harvey? You're
but
twisting your lip up? What?
But to be making it so public at this point,
She has been making it public.
It's sort of like she's waving a flag to Cardi, like, look out.
I mean,
look
as
out
she
who
should,
you're hanging
as
with.
she should.
Go
But
well, here's the thing. You go to court and you get child support, and if he's not going to be a good parent, the law doesn't require him to be one. He should be one, but the law doesn't require him to be one.
The law requires him to support the child.
The law
at the
requires
end
him
of the
to
day,
support the
she's
child.
hurt. She literally said, I stayed with you because I was in love with you. I loved you.
get it.
I'm hurt. And at the end of the day, you're frolicking around with this beautiful bombshell of Cardi B, and
at a point, hurt feels not stable.
I'm with the girl.
Coming up.
Look, we talk a lot about the amazing things and the fun that people have when they come to LA and they get on one of the TMZ tours, all right? This weekend was really special. Danny Trejo was hosting.
He is the best.
On the brunch bus.
Be right back.
Look, Look, we talk a lot about the amazing things and the fun that people have when they come to LA and they get on one of the TMZ tours, all right? We have our brunch tour. We've got our After Dark tour. This weekend... Celebrity tour, comedy crawl, all sorts of tours. This weekend was really special. Danny Trejo was hosting...
He is the best.
...on the brunch bus.
I love Danny.
And that would have been awesome enough. But what happened when he was on the bus is like...
It was sort of like...
I hate to say this is not a word we use a lot. It's really heartwarming.
Yeah,
it was really heartwarming.
If you've ever seen, like, This Is Your Life, that's kind of what this is.
It was a miracle. It was truly a miracle. Like, it was already going so perfectly. We were going to his amazing establishments. We went to Trejo's Coffee. We went to Trejo's Tacos. Like, and they're amazing establishments.
And so
But
he's on the
crazy
bus.
part-
This woman he's talking to is...
It turned out to be his niece. She grabbed his hand and she's like, "Hey, I'm Marlene's daughter." And he immediately was like, "Oh my God, Marlene's my sister."
And he
Oh my
says
God.
he lost touch with Marlene when he was like 3
3
years old.
At 3 years old, they were separated.
And they were separated, and he really hasn't seen his niece.
No, not at all.
And somehow she finds her way to the bus,
Yeah, they see the ad.
and she saw the ad, gets on the bus, and they've reconnected.
And she got on specifically because she saw that Danny was going to be hosting?
Well, her husband's like, "Let's go see Danny. We want
Yeah.
your kids to meet him, and
wow.
you know, you got to reunite with him." I mean, he instantly recognized her. Like, you can even tell when they're just looking at each other, they look kind of like alike.
That's so cool.
But it was like, it was so random. It was a family reunion, and so Danny was kind of freaking out about it. So he kept telling the camera, "Harvey, you've reunited my family, Harvey."
I mean, I'm like a young Ralph Edwards.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Is that-
Okay.
is that-
That was awesome, by the way. It was
is.
really awesome.
Every weekend, we put polls up on the website. We want to find out how you feel about things that we posted last week.
Here are the
We did it
results.
this weekend.
Taco Bell during diarrhea outbreak. I'm still running for the border, or nope, don't want to run to the toilet.
I don't know. The story's changed lately.
I know, because now they're saying that the
We don't
company
know
they
if
were
they'll let
blaming
us.
wasn't
Yeah.
them. Exactly. Well, they say nope, don't want to run to the toilet.
I get it. Okay. Sonny Hostin's son cited for trespassing. Cut the kid a break or law's the law. I think they're going to say law's the law, but I think
But
that's
this
wrong.
should be, that.
I think that's wrong.
Watch the video, cut the kid a break.
Yeah, I
Come
mean, no, sorry.
All right. Taylor Frankie Paul's still good fit for The Bachelorette. Yes or no? What are they going to say?
You got to say
I don't
no.
know.
You got to say no.
Wow.
Look at that.
92%.
Look at that.
Well,
Okay.
there you go, ABC.
Ariana rebooting Ricky Romance. Second time's a charm, or see Bennifer 2.0. I think it's going to be that.
Bennifer, yeah. Exactly.
Okay.
Playing fire. All right. R. Kelly files for clemency. Trump would never. Or it could happen.
I think they're going to say it could happen by 56%.
Oh, you almost nailed it. Almost
that was
nailed
pretty
it.
close.
Yeah.
Okay, last one. Senator Schumer's gas leak.
No big
deal. Farts happen, or come on, man. Come on, man.
Farts happen. Come on.
Ooh.
There you go.
Senator Schumer, fart with impunity.
Coming up.
Kelly Clarkson. She's just like the rest of us. Diarrhea is on the brain.
Last night during the show, I was like, oh my God. Bridesmaids ain't got on what happened with my.
Be right back.
So before the commercial break, we talked about diarrhea. We are going to continue the conversation.
Well, Kelly Clarkson is going to continue the conversation because she's just like the rest of us. Diarrhea is on the brain because of the outbreak, the cyclospora outbreak.
Not just her brain, by the way. She had an incident
that she decided to share with her fans while she was performing her residency in Las Vegas at Caesars. And here is her confession.
But man, this is TMI, but I'm going to go ahead and say it. So last night, I shouldn't say it. I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it. I don't know what's wrong with me. I don't know if I got that thing, you know, that people like eat lettuce or what. Okay? I don't know what. But last night during the show, I was like, oh my God. Beat him. And I get back to my room, and I have never been so happy there's not a man in the room. Because he for sure would never make sweet love to this again. Bridesmaids ain't got on what happened in my life.
That's funny.
Oh my God, that's so funny. I was just watching Bridesmaids this weekend, and so
that's
fresh on the
scene
brain.
never gets old, although it has special meaning these days.
Yes, that it does.
Hello, my name is Shamar Miles. I'm from Atlanta, Georgia. You know, I never wanted to be more skinny in my life. Between GLP-1s and everyone dieting, you tell me all I have to do is eat salad and get a detox at the same time.
Yeah, it's really amazing. It's like one-stop shopping, right?
Everybody makes that joke, but man, nobody wants to go.
Yeah, nobody wants to do it that way. And you shouldn't.
No.
Okay, what else do you guys want to talk about other than diarrhea?
Hi, Gloria, New Jersey. I want to comment on Sally the robot in classrooms. I'm actually glad to hear that it's being initially used with high school students because I can't imagine the younger kids having to endure that. I often think I would love to be able to visit Earth in about 40 or 50 years and to see the monumentous changes that will be made in that 30 or 40 years from now.
Yeah,
So
me too, except I'll be dead. One more.
Hey, it's Patrick from Phoenix. I was commenting on Donald Trump getting booed at the World Cup.
Yeah.
Being booed at sports is pretty regular for players, for refs, but a president, I mean, the only thing louder than the boos was every TV producer saying, "We got our clip."
See, it's really interesting because I was thinking of that when I watched it, that were other presidents, because the country's always been divided, but did that happen before? I mean, did it happen with Obama when he went to events? I don't remember.
I guess.
I just don't remember. It feels like a different lifetime.
Like it's just louder now anyway.
Yeah.
Coming up.
Favorite time of the year, Jennifer Lopez's birthday coming up. And that means she's gonna be celebrating by posting something that we can usually celebrate. This year, she's in a bathtub.
Bathtubs are disgusting.
Be right back.
Favorite time of the year, Jennifer Lopez's birthday coming up. And that means she's gonna be celebrating by posting something that we can usually celebrate. This year, she's in a bathtub with her sister. Her sister's outside the bathtub, to be clear, in case someone's listening from the other room. They're not in the tub together, but she posted this photo.
Can I tell you, it's just so off-putting to me.
What's off-putting? It's a nice, what?
No, a marble tub. It just is off-putting to me.
What?
Okay, can I just say, I'm sorry, I'm gonna just say it.
What's wrong with a marble tub? What?
Bathtubs
You will find a way
are
to...
disgusting.
Oh
Bathtubs
my
are
gosh,
disgusting.
here we go.
You are bathing in your own filth, and it gets tepid.
You're in your own filth if you don't know how to clean yourself before you get in the tub. You take a shower, and then you get in the tub.
Why would you take a shower and then get in the tub?
Because you don't want to be sitting in your own filth, as you say.
What are you doing with just laying in a tub?
It's relaxation,
letting
bro.
the water get cold. It's ridiculous.
What?
It's dumb. And
you have the worst takes. God. Take a bath.